Hey YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul, and this is the new MacBook Pro that Apple just launched at its event. Just finished watching it and I am super excited. I can't really contain my energy. Been in the market for a new MacBook Pro for a while now, and it's finally here. I knew this was coming. I knew we're gonna get this cool little touch strip right over here, or touch bar as they like to call it, and it looks even better in this reality than it was in all these mock-ups. So this is the new MacBook Pro. It is a touch of genius. Just want to make this video so I can talk to somebody about this, because right now I'm alone. I have no one to talk to. I figured, you know what, let me turn on the video and talk to you guys out there, and hopefully we can get a conversation started. Because at the end of the day, all of us use a Mac, and we're musicians, and this is sort of our hub, our brain, our sort of everything that's in our head comes out through this, and I'm just really excited. Sorry guys. So this is the new MacBook Pro in all of its glory. This, of course, is that new touch bar that is multi-touch, and it's essentially a second screen on your laptop. It pretty much sort of outputs and displays things on the touch strip that could kind of interact with whatever's going on your screen. So in the event, they sort of showed apps that ran Office or apps that ran GarageBand photos, and there's cool little sort of elements that you can adjust the software with right here on the touch bar. I'm kind of upset though, because they didn't launch or talk anything about Logic and how Logic can incorporate with this touch strip. I mean, they covered briefly about GarageBand, and I'm sure all that abilities will come into play with Logic, but I really want to see, for the pro users out there who use Logic, what the touch bar means for Logic X users. But I'm sure we're going to find out in the next coming weeks. Probably there'll be updates to Logic. So the new MacBook Pros have up to 130% faster graphics, 67% brighter display, and up to 17% thinner. Now that is really nice, and as you can see here, the dimensions of the 13-inch model and the 15-inch model. I myself, or as a lot of you, use the 15-inch MacBook Pro, and it's a beast. I mean, it's pretty heavy, so anything that comes in a compact design, I'm happy with. And I was kind of hoping for the 13-inch model to get those quad-core processing power. But again, you can get the quad-core processor in a 13-inch laptop. I don't know why they don't just do it, but you can't. You can only get the quad-core processing in the 15-inch laptop, and you're stuck with that if you want a quad-core processor, which most of the pros want that. But that's a side note, I digress. So the touch bar and touch ID. So this touch bar on top here actually has a touch ID over to the right over here as well. So you can use it to unlock your computer. You can use it to buy things via Safari. And here's just some ideas and examples how the touch bar works with certain apps. So in here, it's showing you how it can tilt a photo in Photos. And again, it is multi-touch. So here's one with Final Cut. You could scrub your timeline. Here's how it adapts to the Mail app. So it kind of helps you along with typing and sort of cool little emoticons. Here it is with Safari. So I'm sure you got the back and forward. You got your different tabs here. Keynote. You can also customize this, so you can use it how you want it as a pro yourself. And I'm kind of upset that they don't show Logic X here. Like, I'm really excited about how this works with Logic X, because that's what we're all here for, is to make music. And they didn't discuss it. I mean, they briefly discussed the GarageBand, like I said, but nothing about Logic X. So to the meat and potatoes, this is the ultimate tool of every trade, which is a very true statement. You got up to 3.8 gigahertz of processing power, 100% faster flash storage, which I guess is double the speed, and it's up to 10 hours of battery life. They say that lasts you all day, but hey, let's be honest, as a musician, you're pretty much working all the time, like myself. The screen is brighter, and it is the most colorful Mac notebook ever to be displayed. And well, that's really good for video editors out there, photo editors. And just looking at the screen itself, it's not going to tire your eyes out. It's just a beautiful display from what I gather. I mean, I haven't seen it in person yet. The speakers are loud and better, faster, and stronger. You got up to 58% more volume, 2.5 louder bass, which is good because we always lack that bass. And you got 2 times the dynamic range from these speakers, which is pretty good because now we could sort of A/B our mixes on our laptop speakers itself and get an idea how other people will be listening to our music. The keyboard sort of mimics that one from the MacBooks. If you ever tried that, you got the same keyboard here, but except this is the Gen 2 that they call it. I like the keyboard. Some people don't. You can make the decision up for yourself, but I feel the keyboard is better and it is the way to go. Something I didn't discuss actually, let me just go back up for a second. The new MacBook Pros are space gray. No more silver MacBook Pros. Well, there are silver MacBook Pros if you want it. I mean, who wants that? The space gray is where it's at. I was kind of hoping to get the black like the iPhone ones, but for some reason they didn't want to match the colors. I don't know why. Maybe for a next update they're going to add in that black color and maybe that jet black color, but the space gray looks nice and I'm excited to get myself a space gray edition of the MacBook Pro. So moving on here, the ports. So this is very important, and I was always curious what Apple is going to do with the ports, because I know they like to do away with the ports, the iPhone 7 Plus. And what they did here was provide you with 4 USB-C 3 ports, and they just call it Thunderbolt 3, which is essentially a USB-C port. And that gives you 4. And something cool that they said in the event was that you can actually charge your laptop using any one of these 4 ports. And of course, you could use them for everything else you can charge. You can support up to 2 displays. You also get faster data transfer, which is really important because when you're in the studio, you're pretty much working off of an external drive and you need that fast data transfer. So that's that over there. So the ports, I'm not too sad about it, but wait a second. Is this a 3.5 millimeter jack? What is this here? Learn more. Seriously, guys, what is this circle on the side here? I'm very curious if that's a 3.5 millimeter. I guess we'll find out in a moment. I'm not sure what that is, but okay, we'll find it out in a moment. So it comes with the new Mac OS, which I don't know how that's going to work out because right now I haven't upgraded my system because there are problems with Logic and third-party plugins. So with the MacBook Pros, of course, you got your choices. You got a 13-inch MacBook Pro without the Touch Bar and has the traditional function keys. You got the 13-inch Touch Bar with Touch ID as well. And of course, you got the 15-inch Touch Bar and Touch ID. And of course, that goes up in price as you go up that tree right there. I'm just going to go tech specs for a second because this audio port is bothering me right now. Audio. 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. They did leave it on the laptop. They didn't really cover that in the event, so I'm actually kind of cool that they left that there because let's be honest, when you're mixing, you want you always use an external device, but for quick fixes, that's good that they left that there and you don't have to use Lightning headphones or Bluetooth because you don't want to be mixing with Bluetooth. And I'm sure they left that there for the pros because at the end, analog is key. So if we go over to buy, you're going to see some of the prices in between. You're going to see the variations between prices. So 13-inch MacBook Pro starts at $14.99 for the traditional function keys. And then it goes up from there to the Touch Bar and Touch ID. And it looks like the most expensive one is about $2,000. And that gives you 2.9 gigahertz dual core Core i5 processor. Again, it's a shame you can't upgrade to a quad core. You got 8 gigs of RAM, which is a shame. They should have gave you 16 gigs for that price. And the hard drive of 512 gigabytes. So that's enough storage, in my opinion, because you'll be working off an external drive, but they should have boosted this to 16 gigs of RAM. If I were you and you're looking to get a 13-inch MacBook Pro, do not go for this one right here. You're going to waste your money. Spend the extra $300 and get yourself a faster processor, because this is only 2.0, this is 2.9. And get yourself that Touch Bar because it is going to make a difference once you start using the laptop. I'm sure. I mean, I haven't used it, but I'm sure it makes a difference. And as usual, it comes in the silver and the space gray, but look how much nicer the space gray looks. You also got the old edition right here, and they're still selling for $12.99, but don't even look at that. Don't even buy it. Don't even know why Apple's still selling it. Here is the 15-inch model variations. So this only comes with the Touch Bar and Touch ID. You got 256 gigabytes of storage, which is a shame. Again, should be default to 512 and up, but you are getting 16 gigs of RAM for the entry model of $2,400. You're getting a 2.6 gigahertz quad core processor, i7 which is important. It's the i7, and I want to see how much we can boost this up. So here are the two different ones, silver, space gray. Let's say we go with the most expensive one. You're going to get a 2.7 quad core i7. You're going to get 16 gigs of RAM, which is good enough for you Logic users out there. Maybe we can upgrade that to 32. That'd be amazing. I'm not sure yet. And 512 gigs of hard drive space. And you also got the 2 gig video card. So if we go ahead and just click this one here. So you could upgrade it to a 2.9 i7 processor, quad core. You can get 2 terabytes of hard drive space for $1,200, which I would probably not go for. I'd go with the 512 because you use an external hard drive anyways. You could upgrade your video card to 4 gigs of RAM for you video editors out there, and which you probably need that. And that's it. You can add Logic Pro, Final Cut, but you can't upgrade the RAM, which is sort of a shame. I wish I can get 32 gigs of RAM on my laptop, but I guess that is just wishful thinking. But that is the MacBook Pro in a nutshell. I think the MacBook Air, as a side note, is dead, so rest in peace, the MacBook Air. They're sort of replacing that with the MacBook Pro, but the one that doesn't have this touch strip over here and has only the traditional function keys. So let me know in the comment section below what you think of the MacBook Pro and your thoughts. What do you think the uses of the touch bar could be and how you're going to implement it to your workflow? And just let me know what your thoughts in general about the MacBook Pro. I just want to get the conversation started. I'm super excited about it. I have no one to talk to. I'm talking to you guys, and I'm kind of probably going to go hit this buy button right now. Oh, and the MacBook Pro is not available, and it ships in 2 to 3 weeks. So it's not available today, ships in 2 to 3 weeks, but you could get this traditional function key one today, ships in 1 business day. But who wants that one? Again, if you're getting the new MacBook Pro, don't get this one. Get it with the touch bar and touch ID. Come on, get with the future. Spend the extra couple $100. You'll be happy you did. And I'm going to go ahead and probably buy one right now. Until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Talk to y'all soon. Later. Peace.